Hello and welcome to CGS1100. My name is Dean Zeller and I will be your teacher during this summer term. The purpose of this video is just to introduce you to the class and what you have to do. You'll find that I'm a very different teacher than most. I'm pretty simplistic about how I deliver my material. I don't use a lot of flashy tools on Blackboard. I'm not a big fan of Blackboard. So most of my stuff is going to be on the web. You'll really only use Blackboard to turn in assignments and get announcements. The rest of the stuff is on YouTube, but I will go over all that with you. So here's the outline of what we're going to be covering, and I just did the hello and welcome, and next is the textbook. Yes, you do need to get a textbook for the class. Here is a copy of the textbook, and the name of the textbook is A Guide to Microsoft Office 2010 by Lawrenceville Press down here. This is a very good textbook. I've been using it for over 15 years and I thoroughly enjoy it, and I hope you do too. So make sure you get a copy of the textbook. Used is fine. Any of the files that you need I will make available for you on the internet. Okay, speaking of files, you need to go to a website. The website address is very easy, deanzeller.com. That's my name and that's my website. You can see that there's really nothing in here other than files. I didn't put any graphics or fun announcement type stuff. I'm teaching two classes. There's 1060 and 1100. So just click on 1100. And this is everything you need for the class. So the first thing you're going to have to do is to download the syllabus and the assignment write-ups so that you can read them. I'm going to briefly be going over them in this video. The templates folder. This is for any of the templates that you may need to do the assignments. There aren't too many in there, but as we need more, I'll put them in. Here's the portfolio template that you're going to be using, and so we'll set that up. Then there's also textbook files. These are all the textbook files that you'll need to do the practices in the textbook. I went ahead and collected them and put them all here, so just you can download them and get started on those whenever you like. But everything you need is right here. Your first step is the assignment write-ups and the syllabus. And so with that in mind, I think the next thing on here is the YouTube page. If there's any videos that you need to see, you can go to YouTube. And I just happen to have YouTube up here. I made this, all the videos easy to search for. All you have to do is type in CGS1100 and then the name of the assignment they're looking for, such as floor plan. I've basically set it up where I put the name of the assignment and the class in the name of the video, and so you can just go there and find stuff. So here's the floor plan video. You can click on it. It brings up all the information on how to do the floor plan assignment as is written in the assignment write-ups. If you go to the Dean Zeller link here or the Dean Zeller channel, then you can see all of the videos that I have available. Keep in mind that I put the title up here. So this is the 1060 syllabus, so that's not yours. Make sure that yours has an 1100 in it, just so you know it's relevant to what you're doing. But here's all my videos for my summer classes that make them pretty easy to find. So make sure you go there and find what you need. If you ever need to search for something, you can do CGS 1100 and then the name of the assignment. If you want to, you can type in Dean Zeller, and that will pretty much bring up all my videos. If you type in my name, you'll also find some other stuff. Here's a video of me fire spinning. I'm actually a pretty good fire spinner. It's a performance art, similar to juggling and dance. Yeah, that's me there, juggling fire. I do this every Friday night with a group of friends of mine. However, this is totally irrelevant to the class. If you want to poke around and see some of my videos, just search around. I'm sure you can find some, but it's certainly not required. So let's pause this, and back to here. Alright, so that's the YouTube page. Next I want to show you the syllabus, and I happen to have the syllabus up right here. This is the standard syllabus template that FSCJ gave me, and so I put in a lot of stuff that's important for the class. Some of the stuff is kind of boring, but just read it at your leisure. A couple pictures of me. This is one of my favorite fire spinning pictures. Alright, so let's move down. Here's all my information. My office location, I'm not going to be there much this summer because this is an online class, but there it is if you need it. I didn't give my office phone number because I'm not going to be using it, but I do have my cell phone here. If you do send me a text, please indicate your name and class, at least in the first text, just so I know who I'm talking to. That's my email there. You can email me anytime with questions. the websites for the class, and then here's the YouTube channel, but they have a really gross looking URL there, so you can just do a search for CGS1100 Dean Zeller. And the course direction and learning outcomes, this is just information that was given to me. It's pretty basic stuff. The learning outcomes, the main things are Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint, which are part of the Microsoft Office suite. The funniest one here, the student will be able to browse the World Wide Web using Internet Explorer. Yes, I'm supposed to cover how to do that. I'm pretty sure you already know how, but that's part of the requirements. And then integrate data between Office applications. That's how you make your portfolio. So we have here's the course information. I teach 2 sections of this class. One starts A12, one is C7, but both of them have the same requirements. Here's the information on the textbook, including the ISBN. You also need a flash drive or at least someplace to store all your work. Okay, the textbook practices. You're going to be doing, there's 14 chapters within this textbook. Only 10 are required. So choose the 10 that you want to do that are most relevant to your wishes and career goals. And do not complete the exercises at the end of the chapter. These are the practices within the textbook. The exercises I don't think are very well written. I like to write my own assignments. And speaking of that, here's assignments. I have created 18 assignments for you to choose from. And again, you only need to choose 10. Choose the 10 that you want to do. I'll be going over that document soon. How I do my grading is each assignment is worth 10 points, and that's for completing all the requirements. I give you 1 or 2 points of extra credit if you do more than what I ask for, or if you do a very phenomenal job on the assignment. And if you don't do everything I want, then I take off 1 to 9 points. You may resubmit assignments as many times as you like. So if you don't like the grade you got, then you can fix it and turn it in again. I find for online classes that's particularly important. Okay, the late makeup work policy, I'm pretty flexible on this. Basically, if you need more time, you have it. I just need to have everything by the end of the semester so that I can assign grades. I will not take off any late points. However, I strongly recommend you get them done sooner than that, just so that you can resubmit if you need to. All right, portfolio. You're going to be doing 100 points worth of portfolios. First, I'm going to have some checkpoints just to make sure you're doing everything correctly. So the first checkpoint is worth 10 points, and all I need is 1 completed assignment plus the About Me page. The second checkpoint, I want 4 completed assignments. The third checkpoint, I want 7 completed assignments, and finally, the final portfolio, all 10 assignments plus a colorful design scheme. The checkpoint 2 and 3 are worth 20 points each. The final portfolio is 50 points, which is a big part of the grade. So here's your course grade. The textbook chapters is going to be 100 points, which is 10 chapters at 10 points each. Then I want 10 assignments at 10 points each. Portfolio checkpoints, basically you have a big portfolio for 50 points. And then the final portfolio is worth another 50 points for a total of 300 points. With that in mind, to get your grade, I use the 90-80-70 scale. So you need 270 points for an A, 240 for a B, and so on down this list. So just so you know what is expected of you, make sure you read all this. The rest of this stuff in here is just stuff that I was told to put in there. I didn't write any of this, so you can read it at your leisure. It talks about how the different course policies. On page 8 here, this is my instructor bio sketch. This is just a bunch of information about me. Here's my teaching experience, where I've taught for the last 15 years. Then my education, and then all my various hobbies. Here's my fire spinning again. Here's my wilderness survival and camping interests. Comic books. I used to only collect a lot of comic books. I like to cook. I've taken some culinary classes. And other various stuff. You can read those at your leisure, but it's not required. And then finally, here's my teaching philosophy, just in case you are interested in where I'm coming from. I want to keep my classes simple, but still challenging. And so there's my teaching philosophy. You can read that at your leisure. All right, what's next? Assignments. Download the assignment write-up file from the web page, and this is the assignments. I've written all the assignments that I need to for the class, although if I write more, I'll just add them to this list. And you can see that it looks like there's 18 assignments in here. So you're going to be completing these assignments as necessary. It talks about the document, how to use the document, what it means, each of the different sections of it, how to download the templates, Moving down, how to turn in work. You're going to be using Blackboard to turn stuff in. Here's the more information on the checkpoints. Checkpoint 1, and checkpoint 2, and 3, and the final portfolio. So make sure you get those done right. If you make a mistake, you can always resubmit. Here's information on how to do a screenshot for your portfolio, which I'll show you in a second. Here's a list of all the textbook chapters you're going to be doing. Remember, this is the textbook practices, not the exercises. So in Chapter 2, you're going to be using a file called Orientation. It's in 4 parts, but just do the first 3. You can skip Part 4 because it's not relevant. Skip Chapter 1 just because it doesn't have any good information in it. In Chapter 3, you have training, all 6 parts, but you can skip the practices on the generic memo and the Contini picnic, and so forth. So just read over these and make sure you do everything that you have to do, but skip the things you don't want to do. I've whittled out the ones that I feel are irrelevant, especially in Chapter 5. The grades one is a good one to do, but all the rest of them, the department memo and the gadgets invoice and the gadget sales, really isn't all that relevant, so you can skip those. Any files that are in all caps, these are files that you need to download from the web page. So it's this one for Chapter 4, it says Space Transmissions. And so back here, if I go to the textbook files, down here is Space Transmissions. So you will need to download that in order to do that exercise. Okay, so here's all 14 of the chapters. Skip Chapter 15, this is not relevant, but Chapter 14 has to do with publisher. That's not really part of the requirements, but if you want to do it, it's good stuff. Okay, so here's the first section on word processing. I've got a bunch of word processing assignments in here, starting off with a research paper, and then going down, here's a survey assignment. And with more information, here's an example survey to get you started. Movie script edition is a pretty fun assignment. You're going to be writing a movie script, or an addition to a movie. Here's the Microsoft Excel assignments. The first one is the sales costing assignment, which is very easy. I give you all the steps in a row that you have to do. Most of my assignments are pretty general descriptions, but this one actually gives you steps. There's the results. The charts assignment, after you do the survey, you can collect your data and put it in charts. So here's the examples of what they look like. Charts 2 is just more of the same, but you're going to be split into males and females. Charts report is where you collect everything into a nice report. Here's a floor plan assignment, as I mentioned before. This is where you use Microsoft Excel to create a floor plan for a house. Here's some Microsoft Access assignments. You might want to skip these if you're not a business major. That's what these are aimed at, because you don't have to do all of the assignments. Then here's the PowerPoint ones. These are the most fun. Just a general PowerPoint presentation. Here's some floor plan icons assignment. Here's an event poster assignment where you're creating some kind of poster for an event. A comic strip, I'm going to create a video on how to do this because it's really fun. Animation, here's algorithmic art, and again, there's a video for this. And so you're going to be creating works of art similar to this. And animation, there's a neat video for that one that you can watch. And then there's me. Alright, so that takes care of the assignments. So download the assignments and figure out which ones you want to do. You don't have to read the entire document, just read over the objectives for each of the assignments so you can figure out which ones are relevant. Okay, finally, portfolio. Back here on the web page, if we go back to templates, you see a file called portfolio template. So you're going to open this up. Okay, so here's your portfolio. First thing you're going to do is change the name here. Right now it just says Joe Schmo. So change that to your name, unless your name happens to be Joe Schmo. Here's the table of contents. As you put in assignments, you're going to change the name to be the assignment name of the that you completed. And also, I've given you 2 slides per assignment, including the title page. And so you'll have to adjust these slides as necessary, because some assignments only take up 1 slide, some take up 7, and you'll have to add as necessary. The third slide is the About Me, so change the short blurb about yourself, and edit that and tell me about yourself, and put a picture here on the right, just so I know who my students are. For the first assignment, just change assignment name here to be the name of the assignment again, and then do a screenshot and put it in slides 5 and 6 and however many you need. So I've given you plenty of room for 10 assignments and then only 2 slides per assignment, so add and remove as necessary. And these come down, so just send me the entire document when you turn in your portfolio checkpoints. Okay, so that's the portfolio. Submitting assignments to Blackboard. We are going to be using, here's just a basic Blackboard. Whenever you submit assignments, when you submit the textbook practices, use the textbook practice Dropbox just to upload the assignments the assignment files that you completed all for a single chapter. For any assignments, upload them to the assignment Dropbox, and then for any portfolios, upload them to the portfolio Dropbox. You're going to be using the same Dropbox multiple times, so just submit them, and then I will add them to the Excel gradebook. Here's any announcements that I have will be on the announcements page. And then here's the discussion page. In the discussion forum, there aren't any required discussions, but if you have a question, this is the last element here. If you have a question that you want to ask me, if it deals with the course material, like how to do something or where something is located, then put it in the discussion forum first. That way, if other students have the same question, they can look it up there. If it's something personal that has to do with your grade or something that you don't want other people to read, then feel free to email or text or call me, and we can settle the issue privately. Okay, so with all that in mind, thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help as much as I can. And with that in mind, I will bid you a well and see you during the semester.